This week we're going to give you a tour of our warehouse. Welcome back to Foxy TV, and in this episode 90, yes that's right, we are going to give you a tour of our warehouse. Back in April this year we gave you a tour of our old warehouses, and that video has been one of our most watched videos on YouTube, so we thought it a good idea to update you, seeing as though we've moved into our new warehouse a couple of months ago now. We're pretty much all sorted, not I guess 100% finalised, but at least 90%, so we thought it a good idea to show you our new warehouse. Jake and Phoebe are going to show you where, how and why we put everything where we do, and that tour will go for about 15 minutes. But before we do that, I wanted to show you one quick install I got to at the start of the week in Coorparoo.
So Phoebe, this is job number 3?
3, yeah. So Janessa, I've been to an aged care one, which I said already on the Instagram this morning. Janessa is at 17 Mile Rocks, Oxley, doing one out there. And we are doing a little 2-bed unit in Coorparoo. So divide and conquer.
Don't mind us. Get out of the way. All done, Phoebe, so we're off to now?
Heading to Carradale to pack up a property that's sold. It's only been sold for 3 weeks, so it sold nice quick. And then off to an install in Rochedale.
Okay, let's go on to our warehouse tour. So for a bit of context for those of you who don't know where we are in Brisbane, Australia, for our overseas watchers, in a suburb about 25 minutes south of the city called Acacia Ridge. Let's now go to Jake just outside here at the warehouse to get things started.
All right, just here at our warehouse, and today we're gonna give you a tour. Let's go and have a look. So this is our kind of entry foyer area. We're kind of not using this for anything other than a bit of storage and stuff coming and going. A few bits of furniture here that are about to go out in one of the cars to help at a job, but we use this as, like I say, just a bit of storage and stuff for our online shop. We've got some of our recording stuff, and we've done a few photo shoots in this room as well, using the nice white walls. But let's go through to some more interesting spaces. Go upstairs first. All right, up here's our office. It's a very big space. It's a lot bigger than our last warehouse, so we still haven't used or filled out a lot of it. We've got our desks, we've got kind of lunch and casual areas, and on that side we've got some stuff for our online store, some rugs and some artwork and boxes and packing stuff, and yeah, all the desks, some of our little kitchenette, and still got to get some stuff up on the walls. We've been here for a few months, so it's not like we're brand new here, but we're still kind of getting it all set up. So plenty of room for growth, which is what we wanted and why we were excited about this space. So coming through here, I'm gonna skip over this one quickly for now and get Phoebe to come back through a bit later, because this is her domain. It's where all of the accessories, cushions, linen, lamps, lampshades, all that sort of stuff is. So I'll let her kind of explain the setup out here. This is where I spend most of my time and the boys. So this is obviously the biggest part of the warehouse. It's 2 giant garage doors, which is great for the truck and for a second truck when it gets here. And again, there's still quite a lot of empty space in a few areas, which we don't need the racking up in that area for now, but it's coming. But let's go and start over the other side, and I'll kind of give you a bit of a look at the shelving and how we store a lot of our stuff. So over here, at the moment, we've got a bit of a glass wall, which we didn't have at the old warehouse, and it's really great just to keep it kind of out of the way. It's on its special kind of mats there to keep it safe, and we don't have to carry sofas or furniture past us. There's no kind of risk of damaging it. We generally use the other garage door, so we don't have the truck parked here. Kind of got a bit of a transition. This is some stuff that we've picked up to help out clients, and we're either disposing of it or selling it. And this will all be gone eventually, but it kind of comes and goes. Over here is where we store most of our big furniture. So along the wall, we've got our beds. We try and keep our bed bases, ensemble bases up the top, just to keep it out of the way, and because they tend to sit a bit nicer up there, and mattresses down the bottom. We'll go for a little walk down this way. At the moment, TV's just out because we don't have too many of them in the warehouse, but we do have shelving that'll go up specifically for them. So bedding down here, and we'll go down the aisle here which has sofas on the other side of it. At the moment we've got carpet along the bottom here, sofas stand on their ends, and we can extend this row of sofas all the way down. So as the warehouse gets a bit full, probably over Christmas, we've got room to kind of grow that out. And most of the sofas happily stand up. We've answered the question before about why we don't put plastic on them while they're here, so we can go and find that or maybe link to it, but while they're in the warehouse on the carpet, we find that that's fine. We also have down the end here, we put all of our bed heads. Not too many of them at the moment, but we find that putting them up here, because they're light and they're easy, we've got carpet there to keep them protected, but again, out of the way. And there's plenty of room there for them. Head around this way, okay. So as I said, sofas here. Got another little aisle walkway, and then we have a row here for our dining tables. Again, we don't need shelving for these sort of things. I know some people do use shelving and take the tops off the tables, for instance. We find that just takes a little bit longer for our liking, so we tend to kind of put them in here, put a pad or a mat on them and turn them upside down and stack them that way. Same as the sofas, we've kind of got the room here, but we've got room to push it out when we get a bit busier. On this back wall, we've got room for all of our outdoor. So we try and get, because outdoor tends to be one of those things that it's bigger when you've got an outdoor lounge with the 3-seater and a coffee table and some single chairs, and they don't stack particularly well. So trying to get them on the floor or on the ends doesn't work for us. So we've got the shelving so we can get it up high, out of the way, and that includes all the dining chairs, and you can see some lounges, different shapes and things. So it's working for us at the moment, and it's a fair bit of room there. I think we'll probably need to expand that a little bit eventually, but for now that really works. Especially, this is one of the things that's different from our old warehouse. Getting the bigger chairs up the top really helps us with space down here. Then we've got a few sets of aisles, which is where we put our kind of smaller things. Now we have this first row for entertainment units, buffets, some desks and bigger coffee tables. And again, we've got the carpet down on the floor so we can put them up on their end. And you can see that's reasonably full. There's still room in there if we need to get a few more. And we've also got the shelf up the top for extra storage if we need it. I'll come back, we've got some rugs up that way, but we'll come down this way. So these next couple of aisles are dedicated to chairs. So it's dining chairs, occasional or armchairs mostly. There's some bar stools in here as well, but we've got essentially the three, or the floor and 2 shelves. We try and get bar stools and dining chairs up higher when we get a bit fuller because they're lighter, and armchairs generally sit along the bottom. And we've put enough depth in these shelves so that we can have 4 armchairs on each side, so 8 underneath here. And obviously you'll get your 6 dining chairs in one little section as well, which helps it stay fairly organised.
How full are we at the moment?
Fairly empty. So at last look, I think we've probably got somewhere between, I'm the numbers guy, so I should know this, 15 and 20% of our stock is in the warehouse right now. And that, to us, that's a fairly empty level. And obviously that depends on, like, some furniture we have less than that. I know entertainment units, we're down to about 5% of stuff here, so a bit low, but looking at this, you can see there's floor space empty, there's some shelves empty up the top, so hardly got any on there. So we have quite a lot of space here for when things start coming back. But at the same time, there's enough here that there's some options for the selections as the ladies need it. We also use down the bottom here for things like smaller console tables and smaller desks where we need it. Again, there's not many here at the moment. And this one here is our rug storage at the moment, which we've struggled to get this right. And this is probably the most happy I've been. And I know a lot of people ask questions about how they can store their own rugs. We used to do a system similar to this, which it tended to get messy and it was one-sided, so we could only get the rugs out from one side. What we've done now is made it accessible from both. We've given more shelves and also more space between the shelves so that you can actually look down there and see what's there. We've got room to put another shelf down the bottom if and when we need it, but for now this is working quite well, and it just relies on us making sure we roll them up properly and put them away neatly so that they stay neat. But the boys seem pretty happy with it. So we're almost there.
You're right.
This is our rubbish pile right now. We're trying to organise a skip in to come and kind of have a better space to put this, but this is empty boxes. Just basically when we get a spare chance, the truck will take or do a tip run and take all of this away. We've got our kind of bench there that we use to do our scheduling and organise the day. It's got all the bits and pieces for fixing and maintaining furniture, cleaning. That'll probably move at some point. And we've got a couple of bits here. There's some chairs out because they either need cleaning or they're still in boxes to put together. Got a new kind of cover for a sofa here that we just arrived, so I'm just testing it out, but it's got to go away.
This is the loading bay?
Yes, so we try and keep, obviously, so we park the truck inside overnight, so we need to make sure we've got enough room there for that to come in, but we also use this empty space to get the next job or the next set of jobs out and ready, so that when the truck gets back, it's ready to go quickly. So that'll be my next job after we finish here, is get out the next lot of stuff. Yep. Over the back here is how we store our art. It's not we're actually going to get some more because we need to expand this a bit. At the moment though, there's quite a lot of space there. If you ask the ladies, they'll tell you that it's nearly empty. There's some stuff there, but in terms of giving them enough choice, there's not a lot here at the moment. We just got the racking from Bunnings, and then we've got the rope in there just to try and keep it apart a little bit and keep it upright. So we find that this works quite well for us. We've been using this system for a couple of years now at least, and in terms of keeping it safe or from, avoid scratching and that sort of thing, it actually works quite well as long as we're putting it away properly. And things like your round mirrors, you can see a couple, we store them in the side, or small clocks generally go on top just to kind of keep them out of the way as well. Actually, over this way, Cody, there's probably an interesting one, is our selection bays. And there's a few things in there, in the road of a couple of them right now, but what we do when we're selecting, so when the ladies are selecting their linen and cushions, bedding, all that sort of thing, but also their artwork, we have these sections where they can put it. So we've got the little whiteboards, they write the name of, or the street name for the property, so there's 2 there, and we've got another 2 hiding over there. And that just makes the job for the logistics team a lot easier because we know exactly where everything is to go onto the truck when we're loading, because all of our linen and artwork goes on the truck when we're doing our deliveries. So that's how we kind of organise that. Back down this way, the last couple of areas, another set of shelving. This one's dedicated to bedside tables and coffee tables. We will expand that because we're going to need more at some point, but for now that seems to be okay. And a lot of this kind of comes and goes quite quickly. And then down the back, well, actually let's do this part while we're here. At the moment we've kind of got just floor space for all of our lamps and our greenery, or our ferns, small trees. And again, this kind of whole space, we've got room to expand if and when we need to, but for now we kind of keep it all in here. And then finally, we've got our what we call bedding, I guess. So this is our doonas or doona covers, our Euro pillows, our standard pillows. So none of the cushions generally stay out here. That's separated inside and they come out of the bags, but stuff that's stored out here generally stays in these bags, and they're labelled and they're actually made up so that when Phoebe and Janessa are doing their selections, they know that they can grab this bag, and for instance that would be a queen doona and 2 standard pillows to match, so they don't actually have to take that out of the bag, they just grab that and it's ready to go. And we find that saves a lot of time. I guess they don't have to come back and unwrap it all and look at what it is, because they already know. So again, these shelves are quite empty. We've been buying more Euro pillows and standard pillows in the last couple of weeks, so as we get closer to Christmas, this will start filling up again and we might need to expand the shelving, but for now this actually works really well, both in terms of storage and speed of selection. So yeah, so that's the warehouse at the moment. Maybe saw some stuff down the back. We've just kind of got some storage that we're doing for a client at the moment, short term, which is just kind of filler at the moment, but you can see a lot of shelving, but also a lot of room to grow and put more in. So yeah, really enjoying it. It's a really great space.
Let's now go to Phoebe to finish up this episode by getting her to show us the area where the stylists spend most of their time when they're at the warehouse. Okay, Phoebe, do you want to show us your area of the warehouse?
Sure. So, air conditioning. We've got our linen room. So this is all the sheets, the valances, quilt covers that aren't, like basically brand new quilt covers, and all of our throw rugs, toys, all the little soft bits of fluff, basically. So that's this room. And then coming out to the main section where we have all of our cushions, all colour coordinated and sorted, which is very handy. And then we start from the back, so basically we've got all these different rows of shelves that have all of our different accessories that we use for a job. So kitchen, vases, books, magazines, bathroom, greenery, everything's here. All the way through to the back where we've got our colour coordinated vase selection. Not too much going on there at the moment, it's kind of empty. Lamps all across the top of the warehouse, so they've got heaps of room for them. And then we've got our selection table. So this is where everything happens. So basically this is where we pull everything off the shelf, pull it together, and then we've got all our drawers and everything along this side that has all our smaller green cutlery, napkin ring holders, anything that's sort of smaller. So that's our space.
And once it's all loaded, it goes straight out those two doors into the cars.
Yeah, nice and easy, no steps in this one.
And that is our warehouse. I hope you found this informative and helpful. And for the stylists out there, maybe you got some ideas of how you can set out your area, your storage area, and where to put your furniture and things like that. But we'd love to hear your feedback, comments, suggestions. What did you think of how the team have laid everything out? You can let us know by leaving a comment below. And that's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Only 3 episodes to go for this year. So yeah, we'll be back here next week for episode 91.